I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers.
What up, what up, what up, TGIFF? Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Welcome into Pregaming here on the Sports Money Network, your preeminent destination to get all that last minute mojo to try to find winning sports bets. We're going to talk cash flow, line splits. We're going to talk about the fact that there's only college basketball tonight. I almost said college football. And we're going to talk about some trends and angles that are going to try to help us get to the window with a winner. Wow. Try saying that 3 times fast. But welcome in, everybody, one and all. We will talk about Quinnipiac and Siena. We will talk about Yale and Dartmouth. We will talk about the big game of the night. Michigan State going on the road to Wisconsin. Our back-to-back overtimes. Too much for the home, fast and furiously moving Wisconsin squad out there. And we'll bring her home with an A-10 battle in St. Louis and Loyola, Illinois. See if they can't figure out a way to get back on the right track against St. Louis, you guys. This is Pregaming, and I am ready to fire and need to fire back here. I'll tell you what worked out really well. Talking it out with you guys. First of all, I told you guys I went to the doctor yesterday, and apparently I was 12 years past due on a, was it a, well, it was a shot. And they're like, your arm's going to hurt a little bit. So tell us which arm you want. And I was like, I throw it in the right arm. And all day yesterday, I was expecting the right arm to hurt. It didn't until around 4 a.m. this morning. And then I was laying in bed. I was like, and here I am going, But hey, if staying healthy was easy, everybody would do it, right? So you middle-aged men, do not miss out on your opportunities to get your tetanus shots. That's what I had, was a tetanus shot, a TBD. I don't know what it was, but anyhow, that being said, this fucking right arm hurts. And the worst part is my left arm has some joint issues from a alleged drunken fall. So I'm getting old, man. Getting old. I got the glasses. I can't lift my arm. What's going on with this fucking glitchy nonsense here? Stop it. Stop it. Let's see if that's any better. Okay. Where'd we leave off? Yesterday. I'm glad we got to talk it out aloud, because what saved the day for me was the Austin Reeves under 2.5 3-pointers and the LA Lakers parlayed with Austin Reeves under 2.5 3-pointers. He was 1 for 3. And now he's 9 of 10 and missing that number in recent performance. So pretty good stuff. Pretty dialed into that one. And that's the way that we took it down. Now the Lakers, smashed as it was, but we still found a way to make some plus money off of that thing out there. And that's what we're going to get back to as we track down the second half of the NBA season, the NHL season. We're going to start parlaying some of these expectations together. Speaking of expectations, congratulations. If you're a silver or gold member on Sports Money, I posted out my premium plays from Winnable for the Olympic hockey action this afternoon. We went 3-0. 3-0, but we gained 4.1 units. How you like them apples? 4.1 units out there. First period, over 1.5. Easy peasy. Both teams to score first period, plus 210. Easy peasy. Both 2-1 final in that first period. And the game to go over 5.5. So clean sweep. Olympic action here for the premium subscribers. That's the deal, you guys. Sometimes this action gets posted throughout the afternoon, and I want to share it with you guys, and share it. I did. Share it. We cashed. Now, free plays wise, we pushed. Kevin Fiala might have broken his leg, I'm not sure, for Team Switzerland. And Timo Meyer does not score a goal. They're both plus money plays. And Sid the Kid, Kidney Crosby, as they call him, cashes a anytime goal scorer at plus 200. So plus 200 for him, -2 on the other guys, because one was plus 100, the other was plus 360. Means that we are cooking, but we broke even today. We tried. We put up a good fight. We like fights. Problem is Canada doesn't like to fight. And anyhow, it was a big Canada win. They were out there able to club and drag them boys home. They gave them the old baby seal treatment, as it were. We haven't talked about the baby seal treatment in a minute. Thanks, Pachico de Gallo. Man, just like hanging out with you guys. I'm a little sad that we don't have UFC tomorrow. I wish we had a little opportunity for a live stream there, but all right, let's talk some Olympics. Why not? We got some hockey popping up tomorrow, some hockey action. I will continue the player prop battle because these fucking hockey games have been, I mean, look, they're not all winners, but I gave some overnight plays out to you guys last night, or I gave them out here on the show yesterday. And, we did all right. We held our own. Let's see. Where were they? What happened out there? Got to recap. That's the most important thing we can do is give you guys a status update on the plays that we're giving out here. Not just throwing them out to throw them out. I told you Team USA women were going to beat up on Italy. Beat up they did. I think it was 6-0. I didn't watch it. There are some smoke shows on that team, but I did not watch it. That being said, I thought Finland and Sweden would go over, so I missed the mark on that one. I told you Slovakia was going to beat up Italy and it was going to stay under. It was a 3-2 final, but it did stay under the number. Czechia and France. What's going on? Who even plays for Team Czechia? Am I the only one questioning this? Because how did they go out there and win? I guess it's France. Is that fair to say? Let's take a quick look. Are we got to take these boys serious? I mean, this is the time where we have to go out there and reevaluate really fast because the books will change lines here as we go. But we have to see if this is real. Oh, they got Hurdle. Tomas Hurdle from the Vegas Golden Knights. They got Radek Faksa from the Dallas Stars. David Camp from the Vancouver Canucks. Martin Nixis from the Colorado Avalanche. Wow. Look at this. Not bad. Palat from the Islanders. Pasternak. Zaka. Gudis. Radko Gudis from the Ducks. Philip Hronik. All right. I probably should have looked at him a little sooner. Lucas Dostal from the Ducks as the goalie. Look at this. Hey. All right. All right, I can get behind some Czechia. Who they got next? Anyhow, Canada gets the job done. Easy cover. -2.5 was easy money for us. The overcashed. Easy money for us. The first period overcashed. The both teams to score first period cashed. Sidney Crosby goal scorer cashed. So we are firing on in the Olympics here as promised. And I will spend this weekend. First and foremost, we've got 11 a.m. Big show. The best college basketball show on the planet. The best. Challenge me. Somebody tell me otherwise. I don't equate the best in anything other than building bankrolls and wins and losses. And my boy C-Mac and I have been red fucking hot through the first 2 shows of 3 shows, I guess now. We're 3 shows deep, right? So we will be back for Betting the Board. Your college basketball preeminent destination for winning sports picks when it comes to the giant slate of college basketball that is tomorrow. So stay tuned and get ready for 11 a.m. But let's see here. Let's just take a peek. What do we got going on here tomorrow? Slovakia and Sweden, Germany and Latvia. All right. So I'm going to have, this will be a premium play. Is going to be Germany. -1.5 right now for Germany against Latvia. I mean, listen, I like Latvia. Them boys have been playing okay. But I think Germany is too much for them to contend with. So we'll take Germany as an official play for tomorrow. I'm looking at the Slovak and Sweden line. It's 5.5. Juice to the over. And I think Finland's going to just absolutely nuke Italy. It's -4.5 though. So that's a 10:40 a.m. Eastern start. Probably lean to what's Italy's team total under in that? Team total under. Finland and under 6.5 is -120. Maybe that'll be the way to go. Finland and under 6.5. That way you don't 5-1 final and we cash, right? All right, we'll call that one. We'll say that one's good. Time will tell if it's good. And then we've got Denmark and USA. And listen, Team USA -4.5 plus 124 right now. Get it. Take it now. 3:10 p.m. tomorrow. Talk about getting busted up. I think that Denmark is in the way of a fucking rolling freight train. This is Team USA's year for the gold. And Denmark is now currently the next victim. They don't got to go to any islands to be a victim over here. You go right to Italy, go right to Milan. And get ready. Get set. Because Team USA gonna fuck these boys up. Gonna fuck them up good. Okay. That brings us current. That covers some hockey for tomorrow. Some other fun games. Giant slalom for the men's. Women's biathlon. Cross-country skiing. I won't be watching that one. Freestyle skating. I saw a dude today they said it was like the worst. It was like the worst men's freestyle skating ever. It was loaded with errors. Short track speed skating, the skeleton. I'll be watching the women's skeleton. Ski jumping. Always like to see those. And then speed skating. I could care less about the speed skating. Short track speed skating. I mean, they got the longer blades on there. It's borderline real skating anyways. Okay. That gets us covered there. Olympics, check the box. We'll have some NASCAR out there. Daytona 500 pops off this weekend. Any thoughts on Mount St. Mary's, is the question here from our guy Drew in the house. Shout out to everybody that is here. We will talk some college basketball right now. We got, like I said, a 4-game slate. I'll talk about any other games you guys want to ask about. I want to hone in and focus in on this 4. I want to try to get our money in this opportunity here. And let's see. Let's see what we can do to get paid. So I will dig up some notes on that game, Drew, if you guys will kindly go over and smash the thumbs up button and then circle on back here and we will get ready to punch the bookies in the mouth. How about that? How about that be for a fair deal out there? Let's go. Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Whoops, wrong button. I was just thinking about it. I'll come back and tell you in a second. My favorite is when I catch a tweet that finds a way to go viral. And it's not just like a hot take tweet. I mean, to some degree, a lot of I'm a one source guy, so I don't mind being a hot take Harry here. But somebody had posted about the fight, the championship belt at the White House will be between Pereira and Cyril Gane, which is arguably what it should have been anyways, because Aspinall was getting busted up. And, we don't need to go back and rehash it, but didn't I have was it a plus? I can't remember. Was it plus 450 or plus 800? And it was on Gane to knock his ass out. And then it was like Gane inside the distance. I had a whole bunch of Gane to do some shit. And anyhow, I put a response out there. I said, this is quitter get fired up because they're going to vacate the belt for Aspinall. And it's going to be a fight between Pereira and Gane at the White House. And so I said, this is the quit or get fired approach. He lost a belt when he accepted the out they gave him. He never should have gotten in the cage with that man. It was a simple tweet. I believe it. I stand by it. Guy had fast hands, Cyril Khan. So some donkey that got 18,000, almost 19,000 views. And some donkey's like, he literally had eye surgery last week. So I said, allegedly. Some guy asked me if are you retarded for real? Gon almost pulled Aspinall's brain out, but somehow it's Aspinall at fault here. Are you just full of shit or pre-rage baiting? I said, we were watching this one on our live watch party, and 90-10, the consensus was he took the out. So tell us you love Aspinall without saying you love him. I love getting people jacked up. Charge them up. That's my gift to the world, is sometimes I can push some random strangers' buttons. Let's go, you guys. Shout out to the squad out there. Appreciate everybody joining us here. I've got 4 bets for you guys. Boy, that one's a real tough one, Drew. If you ask me, I would probably take the home dog. It is Friday the 13th, so we do want to be careful. Shout out to Nicholas Handy and the great Pachico de Gallo says the glasses and the hoodie match. Okay. Go Flyers. 9 Legacy says paid in full parlay of the day. He likes Pennsylvania. He likes Iona. He likes St. Peter's. He likes Princeton, and his best bet is Wisconsin on the money line. Shout out to 9 Legacy. All right, Drew. So I got this for you, man. We'll come back to it here. I'll talk about it for sure. He says he's going to hold my nose and bet Sacred Heart. Shout out to AOD in the house. Gerardo Hernandez is here. Says, sup, fellas? He's on Pennsylvania minus 135. Shout out to Jay Peasy. LA to the Bay all day, baby. Says, Mikey Money, I get to watch a live show. LFG. I hope you're not in traffic, my dude. Hopefully you're home, getting ready for a nice little Valentine's Day weekend, JPZ. I know how you roll, my dude. Shout out to Jay Main in the house. Let's go. Blake M is here as well. So what I was able to kind of ascertain, this is a coin flippy spot, man. College basketball, Friday home dogs off a loss are 23-10. So they kind of get the benefit of playing at the home court, your home fans, and a buy low situation or an adjusted line against or in your favor because you came off of that loss, right? So at 6-4 in its last 10, 23-10 across the squad out there. But if you're a favorite on the road between minus 3.5 and 7, I kind of struggled with this game because of this spot. It felt to me like 4.5 and 5 points is like on the road. I don't know if I want to get into laying that position, but it's 5 and maybe part of my reason here is recency bias. It's lost 3 in a row in that spot. If it's between minus 3.5 and minus 7 as a road favorite, lost 3 in a row. That's Mount St. Mary's, by the way. Lost 3 in a row. It's 5 and 5, but it's 196 and 157 overall. So, it's a profitable system. I just don't know if I trust the Mount St. Mary's enough to go out there and fire like that. Jay Main says, if y'all going to UPenn, I'm definitely going UPenn. Just a ass from work. Shout out to J Main. This is AOD's everywhere. Is AOD everywhere? AOD. All right, you guys, let's get into some of my plays. You guys have some other questions. I'll see if I have any, I got some shorthand trends. Let me see. I think I got something else. Every time I look at this thing, I think I see that hair I told you guys about yesterday. So here's the deal. What time's this? Got to be careful with some of these games that pop off. By the way, 79% of the bets and 76% of the cash are on the rider side of things. Line is coming down. I like rider. I take the points. I take as many fucking points as you can in your back pocket with that spot. I like Iona. It's a little special add-in spot, but there are some intersecting zeros for Iona, and you got to give that some respect here. They're 8-0 when they're a favorite. 14.5 points or less. Following a loss. You get to buy low on Iona if they had over 40% shooting and still took a loss. So they were hot. They just took a bad break there, and they're 8-0 against the spread. They're beating the piss out of teams in that fireback spot. They're winning by 18.5 points on average. If they allowed more than 4 threes the previous game and in spread loss, they're a perfect 12-0 the next game. This is that kind of, again, if you get an opportunity to buy low on one of the best teams in the conference like Iona, then you got to take advantage of it. But here comes Canisius, the good old Golden Griffins. By the way, it looks like they have a logo update, which looks pretty fucking awesome. Put an eagle on anything, I'll say it's pretty fucking awesome. They're 0-19-1 in the dog roll, less than 11.5 points. If they're in a revenge spot and lost by more than 15 points. In other words, when they get busted up by a team, they get busted up again by them. And they're losing by 15 points a game. So we'll add Iona to the squad. We'll add Iona to the card for you guys. There's a little extra action to get us paid today. We'll add some Iona. I like, doesn't take much to get me in the Iona direction. Let's talk about, what do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about Quinnipiac and Siena? You guys know the deal. Jay Peasy feels today's card. Bunch of teams with unathletic white guys. Well, it's mid-majors, dude. I mean, look, all the quality, all the athletic white guys are playing in fucking Kansas and Duke, right? Come on. It's funny. So I told you guys about MAC schools, the MAAC, right? The MAAC. The first thing you need to know is it's under until it's over. And if there's any reason at all to get in on the under, you should probably take it pretty serious. Oh. No, it's all right. Come back to that. Here's the deal. When you look at this Siena squad, Quinnipiac, Siena, 7 p.m., 867, 868 in the rotation order with a total that started at 144.5. And guess what? The public, 5,000 tickets, but the public banged away on the over. They said this number's too low because they don't know shit about MAC schools. 83% of the bets, 84% of the cash are on the over. We see 143.5s in the market. It's kind of, this is where somewhat degree of false front. Anyhow, the line's 3.5, 53% of the bets, 56% of the cash came in on this one. They're looking at the under. I'm sorry, at the, what are they looking at? I fucked myself up. 53 and 56 on Quinnipiac. So like the road dog, that line's not moving at all. So obviously pause for concern. Siena, Boston teams up, comes off a loss. Quinnipiac's, coming off of wins against Niagara, Canisius, and Fairfield. It's hard to get a gauge on the scheduled game in this conference because it's fucking terrible. But I will say this. Siena has been ripping teams. Yeah, they went down that Marist, Niagara, Canisius shithole, but they played at Niagara, they played at Canisius, and they thumped those two teams. They came home, they busted up Iona, the best team, I think, in the conference. And then the look ahead, I shouldn't say the look ahead, they were burned out against St. Peter's. They went on the road after beating up Iona, and they lost. They're not really covering spreads, but Quinnipiac's offense is on the old struggle bus as well. So when Quinnipiac plays bad teams, they get to 70 points. And when they play the better teams, they struggle to get out of the 50-point range. So I told you, Max are under until they're not, until there's a reason not to be involved. And here you go. Siena rolls in. They're 7-0 to the under and the favorite of less than 6.5 points this season. Games are averaging 123 points. They're going under by 15.5 points a game. That profile is exactly like this game. Then Quinnipiac rolls in here to intersect the zeros because they're 15-0. If the total's under a 162.5, and they had more than 10 turnovers their previous game, they're going under by 10.5 points a game as well. So we've got an under in a conference, and we've got both teams showing us to play an under, and we're getting 144.5. I took the under. I think that's a good looking play for us. Jay Peasy says he parlayed Siena and Mount St. Mary's. Anything can happen. I know Mount St. Mary's is 11-0 as a favorite. So for what it's worth, they do cover when they're supposed to. Anything can happen, but I picked two teams to win for plus money. Okay. Well, add the under to that card, my guy. Let's go. Let's make some money on that under. Yale and Dartmouth. Here's a battle royale, if there ever was one in college hoops. And did I skip somebody in between? No, not really. I like Brown. What can Brown do for you? Well, Brown could try to cover the fucking spread. Harvard's 0-20. Less than a 5-point favorite, less than 13 days rest if they had less than 12 turnovers the other day. In other words, Harvard's not a great school, and teams can take advantage of it. So you got a Brown spot coming in here at 7.5 points. By the way, 91%. Let's add Brown to the club. Did I give out Brown on the winnable side? No. All right, let's add Brown to this card. I get in on some. I just sold myself on Brown. 91% of the bets, 89% of the cash are coming in on Harvard. I get it, 13-9, and Brown sucks at 7-14, but it is Ivy League. It is Friday. Anything can happen. It's Friday the 13th on top of all of that other jazz. And look, Brown, they go on the road, they cover. They suck at home, but they cover. I mean, they're 5-4 in the grand. They're a 500 cover team, but so is Harvard. You know where Harvard plays better? On the road. They're 9-4 against the spread on the road. They're 2-6 against the spread at home. So let's take a shot with the Brown Bears. See if the Brown Bears can't get us the victory. So we added Iona, -4.5. We added Brown, +7.5. I've got action in Yale and Dartmouth. So let's talk a little bit about this one here. -8.5s have swelled to 9.5s. Big move in the Yale direction. 64% of the bets and 78% of the cash have come in on the Yale side as well. Yale and Dartmouth. Probably a doctor or a dentist coming off this college hardwood floor would be my guess. Actually, I was going to say a lawyer or a dentist. A dentist is technically a doctor of dental, whatever. Yale likes being in the favorite role on the road. Let's start there. So you got sharp respected betting coming in on Yale. You got the fact that they're 64-33 over a 99 game sample. That goes back almost 20 years. It's a profitable system that says Yale comes out here and disrespects these boys on their home court on a Friday. And the trends back it up. Now, Dartmouth, dogs versus unranked teams, they surprise some schools. They do find a way to pull up that back door here, but I think that you're in a position where you're taking on a Dartmouth squad that comes in 0-10. If they're more than a 4.5 point dog and they had less than 60 points the previous game, think about that. Vegas doesn't think they're going to win and they're not scoring points. It's a pretty bad combination when you're in the cover spread to get paid business out there. So I like Yale. I'm going to take a shot with Yale to get that one done. I'm going to try to focus in on these. I guess it's going to be 6 plays now that we have total, right? JP says, you really like Siena under 1? Yeah. Fuck yeah. It's basically irrelevant, but I can't unsee it. Quinnipiac at Siena last year, same time. Score was 159. What was the spread on that game? Do you remember what the backdoor number was? I don't. I'm asking. I don't have any idea. But I like Yale. I like the Bulldogs, man. Let's go. Michigan State and Wisconsin. I might have to clip this one here. What do you boys think about that? I have to get in the old clip business here because I think we got ourselves a good opportunity in this game here. And it's 8 p.m. So we got ourselves some time as well. Look, this is a big battle right now. You've got the battle between Big Ten best in Michigan State, the number 10 Michigan State side of things against Wisconsin, taking it to the road right now. 86% of the bets and 84% of the cash have come in on, well, look, they like the home squad. Can we get behind it? Can we back it up here? This line has moved from 1.5 to 2.5. So bear in mind, you've got reverse line movement. The total at 145.5 has moved to 147.5. Even seeing 148.5 was 71% of the bets and 76% of the cash at the Kohl Center. I looked at this one, and the first thing I looked at is I said, I get it. Wisconsin likes to throw the 3, and they do it at a top 15 rate across the country. So if they start getting hot, things could certainly get ugly. And Michigan State allows one of the highest 3-point rates in the country. So you're going to be David versus Goliath. And this one doesn't have a happy ending, I think, when it comes to the 3-ball. But I just looked at this game and I thought to myself, you got back-to-back overtimes for a Wisconsin squad, which, by the way, I think probably going to be on my list of teams. I got to go and do some conference stuff this weekend, but probably on my list of teams to go into the Elite Eight, see some Wisconsin Badger action. But you just played 2 big road games. You lost 78-77 at Indiana. You lost you won 92-90 against Illinois. Both road spots, both overtime. Now you're coming back home. And look, Michigan State just handled Illinois 85-82. So I looked at that spot and I thought, well, you know what? For what it's worth and what we're seeing here, I really like the money line. I got some trendage for you guys too. College basketball teams versus unranked opponents with low odds. Find a way to bust them up. And that kind of makes sense. You're ranked for a reason. The better team coming in here with what I think is arguably a rest advantage in this case. You got to take a shot. And the ranked team comes out and prevails here. I think Michigan State, this is their time of the year. Michigan State, when they play a team after a high-scoring game, this goes back to 1995. So you got 20 years to show us, well, they like to cover. 30-19 is the number. They've won 9 in a row. They're 9-0-1. I'm going to take Michigan State here. I know they're on the road, but Izzo and company fired up, ready to smash, and I think we cash by taking some Michigan State action here tonight. So take the money line. Let's get to the bank with it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel as we roll into the final game on the card here, St. Louis and Loyola, Illinois. An A-10 battle. Why not? We've got a nice little assortment tonight. We had a MAC. We had a couple MAC, right? Got an Ivy League couple Ivy League schools in there. We got a Big Ten game. We got an A-10 game now with St. Louis. Look, it's a big number to be laying on the road, but Loyola, Illinois is bad. They're historically bad. Since, I don't want to, this team just, it's 57% of the bets, 54% of the cash are coming in on that Loyola side. And it has come down a point. That's a huge fucking number. And then you start looking at it saying, well, do I want to chop it in half? But are they going to be up? Is St. Louis going to be up 5 scores in the first half? Total's gone from 154.5 to 155.5. This one's at 8:30. It is 23-1. The St. Louis Billikens, the Loyola Ramblers come in at 6-19. Couple thoughts when I looked at this one here. St. Louis, this team to me, surprisingly, came out on an under stretch for me. And when they go on the road, they're 3-4 to the under. Loyola is 50-50 when it comes to the total at home. Loyola is 4-10 against the spread at home. So the problem for me is St. Louis doesn't necessarily cover spreads on the road. They're 3-4, and you got a huge number that's coming down. Now, Loyola did catch a win against LaSalle. They're 2.5-point favorites. They're a 10-point dog at Davidson. They lost by 20. Problem with this, again, I think this is a fade St. Louis spot. I hate to say it, but they're unstable. They're inconsistent when it comes to the spread. When they win a game, they overinflate the spread and they don't cover the next game. And then they underinflate the spread and they cover, and then vice versa. And it goes back to St. Bonaventure. They cover by, they beat up St. Bonnie's by 35 points. I don't know what your boy's doing over there, but it ain't working. They go out George Washington. They're a 10.5-point favorite. They win by 3, no cover. They have Dayton, 9.5-point dog favorite against Dayton. They win by 31 points. 9.5-point favorite against Davidson. They don't cover. They win by 9, but they didn't cover. And then they got LaSalle, 22.5-point dog. They won by 24. They got the job done. So if you follow that pattern, it is a fade spot right now for St. Louis based on kind of the stature and the way that things tend to play themselves out for this squad. But I don't want to get involved in the side. I went to the total and I went to the under. Surprise, surprise. I like me some unders on the totals out there. Be hard pressed to see me start playing some overs. Although I do like Alabama overs. Who doesn't? There was a period of time I was at Michigan State overs too, but incidentally, I don't want to have to rely on Michigan State to put points on the board anymore. Ranked road teams against unranked. They roll under. 81-54 to the under. Look, it just comes down to beating them up. There's a hammer and there's a nail in every matchup here, and I think St. Louis finds a way to be that hammer here. They are also 10-0 to the under. If they scored less than 100 points, had 4 or more three-pointers than their opponent the last game out there. So I think what that tells you is when that team gets confident, they just take over the game, and it's boys versus men. And that makes a lot of sense. The problem I have is, again, the total. So that's, or the side. That's the under, is that 10-0, are that 10-0. And that's the way I want to play it. I think that they stay under the game because they dictate pace. I just think the back door opens up here late in the game. And just as I'm saying that now, some more action coming in now on the Loyola, Illinois side of things. So I'll take St. Louis under. I got 155.5. So that's going to be the way we do it. We got Iona -4.5. We've got, how did I forget it already? We've got Brown +7.5. We've got Yale -9.5. We got Michigan State on the money line, and we got the under in the St. Louis game at 155.5. Quinnipiac under 144.5. You guys covered hockey. I'll tell you what, I looked at the format for the NBA. I won't be involved in the NBA tournament, I don't think. I don't know. I say that now. JPC says 19-year-old kids don't need rest. All right, well, explain that. Explain to me Clemson then. How did Clemson lose to, was it Virginia Tech the other day? Because they're clearly the better team. They're a 10-point favorite, 8.5-point favorite. They just played, what was it, Stanford and USC? They just came off of a back-to-back West Coast roadie with a look-ahead spot because they got, was it Duke on deck? And then yet there they were, sitting in that trappy, their tired spot, and they got thumped. Mr. Wesker says, Clemson sucks is why. You guys really think Clemson sucks? I mean, listen, I'm the first one to pick up the old pom-poms and shake around the purple and orange and throw them in the trash can. But they say they suck. They're number 20 in the nation. They're 10-2 in the, look at, they're going to fucking smack Duke this weekend. 12.5 points here. They suck. They're 20-5. One of those losses came in the tired situation. So I don't think they suck. I mean, I like to say the team sucks as much as the next guy here, but look at Stanford, they win by 2. At Cal, they win by 22. 2 West Coast games back to back. They come back east. They're tired. There's travel. They're young kids. And they lose by 10 as 8.5-point favorites. I just put an end to the young kids. Don't need rest debate, JPZ. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You guys know I love to be opinion. I love when you guys share with me your opinions as well. I love to see how they play out together. We win more together. That's what it's all about, is play it, lay it, and smack the books and go out there and continue to build our bankroll. So thank you guys all for being here tonight, man. It's a short card, but no need to dilly-dally and dicker around. I love to see your opinions, your philosophies. I love to see your cards, the parlays. I wish you guys all the best of luck here this evening. And stay tuned. 11 a.m. tomorrow, my guy, Mickey the Mac Daddy. Listen, you know what happens, man. My guy, Mickey the Mac Daddy, and I get together. Shit goes down. So 11 to 12, we'll keep it tight. We got all the technology connected and ready to go, so we won't have the delay that we had last week. I will connect with him tonight. We will get the graphics queued up, and it should be, look, I would say you could probably expect 20 games to be displayed between the two of us in the hour on College Hoops across the entirety of the card. So stay tuned for that. And of course, Ramon Scott will pop you off at 9 a.m. with the morning steam, the first opportunity to see what's moving the books in Las Vegas. And then, of course, stay tuned for some Olympic coverage. We're going to have a live game. We're going to have a live Team USA game. I think it's going to be Sunday. USA versus Germany strikes me as a lot more of an enthusiastic opportunity than USA versus Denmark, unless you want to see goals. Mr. Wesker says, when I back them, they don't cover, so I just automatically hit them. I hear that, dude. I have plenty of teams that fall under that criteria. But listen, you guys, thank you for being here tonight. Have yourselves a great Friday. If you're going to spend some time with the lady on Saturday or whatever floats your boat, do it. Enjoy the day. Take some time. You know, it's not about maybe pausing, but with only one sport to really focus on in college hoops, go out for a nice dinner. Have a nice couple of cocktails. Don't drive. Get back home. And you pound it right. You know what I mean? Hand behind your head, porn star style. You put it on lockdown. Thoughts on Miami, Ohio? I like the under. Yeah, I gave out an under as a premium play in that game. So, look, some premium plays, some other plays. Cap plays here, cap plays over there. Try to keep the guys that help me pay the bills to get some special opportunities. They've got 5 plays in college hoops tonight. Again, we went 3-0 in Olympic hockey today, so that felt good. 4.1 units in the end. In the end, I keep saying the NHL, but anyhow, I do like Miami, Ohio. By the way, Blake. I mean, it's a fun story. An unbeaten team goes out there and continues to. Matter of fact, they had that Sun Belt MAC competition there, second leg of the back-to-back, if you will, because they played the first half in the beginning of the season. So, Sun Belt beat the shit out of every team in the MAC except for Miami, Ohio against Marshall. And I think there was one more. I can't remember who the other one was that won, but we were on Miami, Ohio. The world was on Marshall. I said, no fucking way. They don't match up. They don't have the size. They don't have the bodies. And they were arrested, JPZ. I love you guys, man. I hope you have a great night. Good luck with all of your action. If you haven't done so already, go subscribe to the IG channel, the Sports Money Network. You see it there on the screen. We're 100 and growing. I'm going to start putting some exclusive plays over there as well. I might keep the props. I don't know. I like to mix them up, and I'm only one dude. So just cards on the table. It's a pain in the nuts to have to record and edit and update and graphics and all that other stuff, especially when you're just one guy doing it. Some guys do it for other channels and stuff too, so that's fine. But I like to try to put it around everywhere so I can maximize the views. But I do think that there should be some return on your time and commitment in moving over to find an Instagram play that you can't find somewhere else. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Keep on it. You guys have a great evening. Good luck. Stay safe. Stay sound. Keep cashing.